playing Blockers in the series Miracle Workers. She stars in Drive Away Dolls, which is in theaters February 23rd. Let's take a look.
Where do you want to go?
Tallahassee?
Tallahassee.
What's wrong with Tallahassee? It's very nice. There's Spanish moss and live oak.
Curly here.
Don't call me Curly.
And your name, Curly?
My name is Curly. We just met. It's too familiar.
Have you ever been to Tallahassee?
No, I got good sense. Your car is a Dodge Aries.
Oh, okay. Is that a good car?
Not really.
Please welcome back to the show, Geraldine Viss with Nothing, everybody.
This time you fumbled my first name.
I know, I was so trying to get Viss with Nothing
name.
right.
Yeah.
Because I butchered it last time.
Right, yeah.
And so I spent all day working on Viss with Nothing, and then I was like, Geraldine. You had a very helpful, last time you told me, pronounce it this for nothing.
Right, yes.
That's really, when did you develop that as a helpful way to get people to say your last name right?
I feel like when I started doing press, and
Yes.
like 90% of that was being like, this for nothing. And then, yeah, I was like, it's like getting something amazing for free. You're like, oh, this for nothing?
Yeah, it's very helpful. I credit you for the development of that very helpful
Thank
tool.
you, yeah.
I also want to give you credit for working through a blizzard. Just the terrible weather today to be.
Yes, yes.
But you are from Australia, so this is, for you, a lot of snow.
Yes, it's very exciting and exotic for me.
Yeah. A lot of schools were canceled today. Did you ever have a weather event cancel school in Australia? Certainly didn't have snow days.
We didn't have snow days, but we did have like a red dust day. I just remember waking up and being like, oh, can't go to school, everything's red. Everything was covered in red dust.
Do you, now that you have left there, do you think, wow, I grew up in the weirdest place on earth?
Absolutely.
Where you have red dust days?
Yeah, I really didn't notice until I left. I feel like in Australia too, like I'm just so used to bugs being everywhere.
Yeah.
Like just living amongst bugs. Just everything, they don't faze me. And then coming here, people would be like, oh my God, it's a roach. And I'm like, these are my roommates. Like.
You were a teenager when you first came to LA.
Yes.
And was that to do an acting workshop, or did you come for a different reason and then do an acting workshop?
My family and I just like went to Disneyland, but I was always interested in acting, so they let me do like a 3-day teen acting workshop. And I feel like I thought I was, I did drama in school, so I thought, I was pretty like loud and annoying and obnoxious. And then I got to America and no shade, but the kids
were
you're
so shy.
I was like a church mouse. I was like, these kids are so confident. Just 15-year-olds like running this workshop.
Yes.
And I was just sort of like, sat in the back and...
Wow, did you think I might be out of this game when you saw how confident they were? I mean, you should not have started at an actor's workshop in Los Angeles, right? Looking back.
Right, yeah, in West Hollywood. Just like where everyone goes. But then I feel like on the last day we did a comedic scene, and that's where I got to like be a little silly.
All right,
I feel like then I started to loosen up.
It certainly worked out. You filmed this wonderful movie in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
That's right.
And my dad's from Pittsburgh. We go back once a year. For a Steelers game, you went to your first Steelers game.
I did, yeah. Ethan Cohen, the director of this movie, is a big football fan. He was like, come to the Steelers game, and I was like, what's that? But yes, surprisingly, I don't know a lot about American football, but I went, and it was so interesting just seeing the migration of all like the yellow and black sweaters. Was like the most people I've ever seen, and I don't know why, but I wore like a pink fluoro sweatshirt, and Ethan was like, well, we'll always be able to find Geraldine. And then I looked up in the box, and I saw a celebrity.
You brought a photo with you.
Yeah.
This is what you saw. I had no idea you were there. You were right beneath me. And if you guys are wondering what that face is, that's me watching the Steelers lose to the Jets.
Just
just not
So
having
upset.
it.
So upset.
Sometimes you see celebrities from afar like this and take a photo. Other times you see celebrities up close and you take a photo with them.
Yeah.
Margot Qualley's in this film.
Yes.
Married to Jack Antonoff.
That's right.
You went to that wedding.
Yep.
And you met Taylor Swift.
Yes.
And then this is a photo of the two of you together. Why are you holding up a bag like you're on QVC?
Funny you ask. So yeah, we were just like, I was hanging out with Margaret and Jack and stuff in the studio, and Taylor was on her way out, and Jack was like, Taylor, have you met Geraldine? She's in the movie with Margaret. Taylor was so nice. She was like, oh my God, the trailer looks so good. Can't wait to see it. And I was like, thanks. Love your bag. And she was like, thanks, do you want it? And I was kind of just like, what? And then she started taking her stuff out of her bag into her pockets and was like, I got this for free, like, you can take it. And I was like, okay. So I took her bag.
I like that you got a photo.
Yes.
The photo.
I have proof.
It's like proof of life.
I have
it's like
proof.
I almost feel like she'd also be holding up a newspaper with the day's date.
Yes.
This is what a fantastic story. And the film is wonderful. You are all very great in it. And thank you so much for being back on the show, Geraldine.
Thank you.
Geraldine, this for nothing.
It's for nothing.
We'll be right back with Matt Golden.